if you were going to be putting 5 books into a time capsule that, is going to be put under the ground maybe for like 100 years or something, what books would you want to put in there? And there are certain types of books that Aaron maps out for us. The first book is A Book to Entertain. Now, for just pure old entertainment, it's hard to beat Stephen King. He wrote a series of short stories in a book called Night Shift quite a while ago. I think it came out in I want to say the 80s or so. It might have even been the 70s. But they're a bunch of short stories written by Stephen King when he was still young and crazy. And they're great stories, some of his best short stories out there. They're kind of creepy and scary and stuff. So that's what I would definitely put in to entertain. Next book is A Book to Evoke Emotion. And it's kind of funny because this is kind of tied into Raylene's tag. But the book that I would give that would evoke emotion would be Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. It's a very, very sad story. It's written post 9/11, and it's about this young boy and his father who was a casualty of 9/11. It's a very powerful story, very evocative, and brings out the emotion for sure. The next book is A Book to Enlighten. There are a lot of great options out there, of course. I'm going to go with Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoyevsky. It's a classic, of course. I'm sure many of you have heard of it, even if you haven't read it yourselves. Eventually, you should definitely read it, get it under your belt. It's, one of the great works of Western civilization. He deals with mankind's struggle to be good in a world that seems to want us and allow us to be bad. The next book is A Book to Teach the Beauty of Reading. And I think there's one preeminent work of that, and it's why it's so popular, and that is Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Herman Melville, you guys, he knew the English language. That man could write. Take some sentences from Moby Dick and it's like reading poetry almost. Truly, truly beautiful prose. It's worth reading. The one downside to Moby Dick is he spends entire chapters talking about whale physiology, which kind of gets a little off the plot a bit. But the chapters that are on the plot, it's fantastic. Beautiful writing, and I think that really would show the beauty of reading and when you are ingesting these gorgeous sentences. And lastly, A Book to Explain Our Modern Culture. I got a good one for this one. Generation X by Douglas Coupland. He's actually the guy that coined the term Generation X, if you guys have ever heard of that. And he does a fantastic job of describing our modern culture and how we're so caught up in consumerism and wanting to have nice cars, and we're not going to have very many kids because me and my wife, we're going to both work 2 jobs all the time so we can have our 2-week vacation a year. It's just this crazy lifestyle that we live sometimes in America, and he describes that very, very acutely. You've got these guys coming out of college, and they're just kind of like zombies almost because they're so disillusioned with the world and with what's expected of them. But it's a brilliant story, Generation X by Douglas Coupland. Aaron, thank you so much for this tag. It was a lot of fun to do. I'm still looking forward, by the way. You have to do the inside and out tag yourself, so you're behind. I really enjoyed doing this. A lot of fun. Here's who I tag. I tag Hey Hey Books. Amanda, you know I got to tag you in this. I tag Sue Morrow. I tag Love X Pink. And I tag Amira's Book Reviews. I think Amira's Book Reviews might have already done this. I hope not. Anyways, that's who I tag. I really look forward to seeing your guys' response to this. Have fun with it, and please continue reading, be safe, and God bless.